BRICS. Look at them all holding hands, the world leaders. I'm sorry, before we get into any politics, I just think this is adorable. Look at them all holding hands. That's the enemy of the West. I'll fall for this propaganda any day. That is an adorable photograph of BRICS. So what's BRICS? Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. It's an economic alliance. They want to reduce their own dependency on the US dollar for trade. So they've created local trade agreements in other currencies. Their own currencies. The yen, the ruble, the rupee, the rand. This is what it is so far, but they've been bringing Saudi Arabia closer, which would end the dollar. I don't actually know what to think of that, but get ready for it if you have any dollars in your hands. I don't. Other markets do exist, but like American pensions, oh my god. Trump is using these guys as a political boogeyman at the moment to rally his base. I think he's on the wrong side of history though. We love a trade alliance. But considering China is the biggest purchaser of Saudi oil now, like why the fuck are we trading in dollar? The US cannot stop this. It sowed the seeds of its own decline. Even its allies are hedging their bets. You don't want to rely on the dollar anymore, seriously. And his tariffs will make it worse and push more countries towards BRICS. For the first time in 50 years, the US can't force itself on the rest of the world. BRICS is not just a trade group, it's an insurrection against US financial control, and Europe should get involved. So China and Russia see the US as an empire that uses money, military and media to stay on top. They know that the US power is based on a rigged system that traps the rest of the world. All they're asking for is fairer global trade. And the Saudis are getting sick of being treated like servants by the Americans. They don't treat people like partners. They don't know how to collaborate. It's the empire of the ego. And all he keeps saying, Trump, is we own the system. If you don't obey, we'll crush it. Like, it's not working, buddy. You can no longer single-handedly control the global economy. Decentralized finance is important. I would be against any kind of centralized currency within BRICS as well. I think that that's a common understanding. It's trade and negotiation and cooperation, like the original concept of the EU. But an empire isn't going to go down without a fight. So every day the dollar weakens. It's like you're draining the dragon of blood and it's getting angrier. So if you get too close to it while it's weak, it's gonna like flame you. But it is just gonna pass away. You cannot print money endlessly and try and enslave every other country on earth and think that that's gonna work forever. What the fuck? Stupid! Europe has two choices now. Stay tied to the US and suffer the fallout of its policies. Viva la revolution if that is the case. Our own governments will have to be out with the bathwater if they are so foolish as to side with this megalomaniac. They need to break away and prepare for European independence. Cooperate with BRICS. Right now, Europe blindly follows US financial dominance, even when it hurts Europe itself. The US is sanctioning Russia, but the Germans need gas from Russia. They even built a pipeline for this. So now they're crippled by that, and inflation is really high in Europe. What the fuck? The US wants Europe to cut China off, but Europe needs China for business. We're not going to go down with this guy cutting people off. No way. Come on now. If Europe keeps following the US, it's going to stay stuck in this system as it dies. But there is an opportunity for countries to start breaking away. And there's always the opportunity for American states to also break away. I believe in decentralization, and I think that these guys are really cute. So I'm very biased about BRICS, but that's my honest take.